Okay, 1 2 1 2. Mic check one. All right, let's begin. Welcome back to the analysis. Welcome back to the strat room where we talk about strategies. No, listen, part 2. It's gonna be good, man. This is the juice. I hope you enjoyed yesterday's video. I know I did. I had a good time breaking that down. Now, that was the busy work. That was the actual meat and potatoes and veggies. Now we're about to have dessert because this is so so delicious. It's too good, man. It should be illegal how delicious this is, man. It's not healthy. It's so you might become diabetic after this. I watched this again before we started. I was laughing. I was kikiing and cackling like a goddamn hyena. I was laughing, boy. I tell you, this stuff makes me smile. Okay, so again, a little brief recap. Okay, these are guys who are under the table, right, doing this meeting, and this normally would never be recorded, but because the environment is so toxic, Simon, he decided for himself to keep a receipt. Just think about how effed up that environment must be for him to think to himself, I'm gonna need this receipt. I'm gonna need this, and I need to show the community this, right? Because on one hand, yeah, he is absolutely, has some sort of, he has some sort of, history of shady, the shady side to him, right? There's definitely a shady side to him. You can do your own research, okay? Allegedly speaking. But on the other hand, Alex is a known Ponzi person, okay? He's a known con man, all right? He has a whole history of conning that is black and white, that is not debatable, okay? In my opinion, it's not debatable. In my opinion, he's a con man. How about that? We'll say that because everybody has an opinion, right? Everybody. Some people might say he's a hero. I don't want to meet that person. I have a bridge to sell them, is what I'm trying to say. Okay, especially in this economy, I would love to sell them a bridge. You see, so don't make me meet those people. There's a level of between. There's a line in the sand between, in my opinion, ignorance and stupidity. Ignorance is you don't know, But if I were to show you, you would know, you would understand. Stupidity is even if I show you, you still refuse to believe it. Like you're just so you're so indoctrinated, right? You're so brainwashed that you won't believe it, right? Little stupidity there, right? A little stupidity on that part. But that's it is what it is. Everyone's different. Everyone's certainly different. All right, so now you're gonna watch the coup take effect. You're gonna watch some hostility, some gaslighting. It's pretty toxic. So here we go. Let me just pop that right up. Boom. And I'm gonna head upstairs to the corner. So let me click off that. There we go. And let me make sure the other side is clicked off as well. I think that's good. Yep, perfect. All right. So this is where we last left off. Let me put on some. This is gonna be so juicy, and I will be stopping this periodically. My favorite part is coming up too, so I'm definitely gonna stop the video and comment on it. Okay. All right. Here we go. Oh Lord, have mercy. All right. Here we go.
So I really hope that that's what happens and you get behind that and we don't have like an ego match and a vindictive thing, that we can put those aside and just want the best for the whole industry, not for individual people in it. And I just want to let you know, Alex does want to speak. So if you would be gracious to bring him up and to talk. I think you talked in a space where he was there. So, I mean, this would be precedence if he's willing to talk. He said that he would like to talk. So I don't know.
If he's asking to come up, you should bring him up, Simon.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so two things. The guy who said, if he's asking to come up, you should bring him up. I'm like, that was a mistake, bro. If you are pro Alex, That was a mistake. That was an L. That was really stupid on your part. You should have just let it go. Let him decide if he wants the man on his platform or not. It really backfired on Alex, in my opinion. But we'll see. You get to decide for yourself. And then also, this is so juicy. Just remember, this is a guy trying to like keep people on the platform, and Simon is like, maybe people should just be getting their money now, and then when everything's all coasting, everything's all cozy and clear, we can get everybody all back in. Let's get everyone's income out first, and then if they decide to come back, they can come back. And that's kind of like how Simon has been looking at the situation, because he brought a lot of people on his own out of his own in his own circle, right? So if you bring your own friends and associates onto this platform and they get rugged, you're gonna feel a certain way about it. You're gonna feel some sour grapes. You're gonna think about your people, and you'll see.
We'll bring Alex
You'll
up.
see.
So Alex is here.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
We can hear you, Alex.
Yes,
Great. Thank you for letting me speak. Since Simon was been on our channels a dozen times, first of all, Celsius bankruptcy is not like all other bankruptcies. There are no bondholders or other people in front of the community. The community is the creditor, the main creditor, which means
I have to stop him. Now, classic case of the this Ponzi person, right? This is a classic case of trying to tell people, oh no, there is nobody in front. This is gaslighting. You have to keep that in mind, okay? This is a guy who has to keep the cult going. He has to keep the machine going. He has to keep the Ponzi rolling, because as time moves forward and he owes more money and more things come into light, he's going to need as many people's income as possible, as many funds as possible to pay the regulators, pay the pay the judiciary that's suing him. He has to pay his lawyers, etc., etc. He's trying not to go to jail, is what I'm trying to say. So this is a guy who's trying to keep the business going because he ain't got nothing else. I mean, this is clearly a case of a guy who ain't got nothing else. You don't do this much work to keep afloat instead of closing it down, because he sold his other companies before. So
means the community owns most of the company, most of the mining company, most of the cell token. So if Simon's trying to make you go somewhere else, that diminishes, that makes you throw stones at your own house. We are here to fix Celsius. We're here to bring
your own house, as if they didn't get rugged already and it's over. See, he has to give you a little hope and tell you, guys, we're with you. We're special. We're not like any other bankruptcy. This is such an abuse tactic. It's beautiful, man. You gotta look at he's creating this stock. He knows the Stockholm syndrome is there. He knows it's there, and he has to keep facilitating it, making it worse. He's good. He knows what to attack. He really is an expert manipulator.
Everybody together. We're here to extract as much value as possible for the creditors, for all the people who are owning part of Celsius. I'm a creditor, just like you. One of the largest creditors, just like you. Okay? So instead of fixing, let me finish. Instead of trying to fix Celsius, Simon is trying to take you to a different house. Say, hey, forget about this one. Doesn't matter if you own a piece of it. Come with me somewhere else, because we're going to make it better over there. That's not going to make it better for you, for what you own in Celsius. For us to maximize the value of the company, we need to stick together and rebuild this company.
Company. Stick together. We need to rebuild this thing, even though I caused the problems, even though I'm the reason why it fell apart. Stick together. We gotta stay. Do you see the cult leader? Do you see it? I see it. It's so transparent. Just stay here. Why you gotta go anywhere? This is your home. There ain't no home over there. They have to isolate you, constantly keep you in the box. You have to stay in the box. If you leave the box, then he doesn't have control. He loses control. this is a oh, man, this is so good. Someone needs to this needs to be like, this needs to be saved. If you save it, this probably go away one day. I can tell. I would definitely
All we
keep a
need to
copy
do.
of it.
Okay, and I'm
Okay,
shocked.
Alex, how would you suggest? How could I help in that process?
Who is he's betraying his own investors, the people he brought into the A round to come in with him. Instead of fixing the problem, help fix the problem, he's trying to buy it on the cheap. He's trying to take you somewhere else. Just like, if there was anybody who didn't help their fellow man, it's Simon Dixon.
Oh my God. You know, when he repeats the guy's name, that's a brainwashing tactic. I don't know if you know that, but that's a brain. Was this guy intelligence in his country? I think this guy may have been like military intelligence or something, like brainwashing psyop. A psyop position, because the way he behaves and the way he, like, the tactics he uses are so transparently like corrupt and brainwashing. It's just, oh my God, dude. He projects, so he's projecting everything that he is on Simon. Now, I'm not saying Simon is a saint, and I'm not defending Simon. Okay, Simon's not the one in court today, is what I'm trying to say. So I'm looking at the guy who's in court right now. So let's go.
These are
okay. So Alex, what would you like?
Oh, by the way, my favorite part's coming up right now. I hope you enjoy this too. Get ready for let's get ready for Plan C.
Plan C, stop.
Let's have a constructive.
Plan C, stop. Oh my God, dude. This is amazing.
Conversation with
Plan C.
I'm allowed to speak. All I'm saying is,
no.
let's have a constructive excuse me, I'm talking. All I'm
So Alex, what could we?
That is my favorite part. You have no idea how many times I replayed that. The fact that Plan C, as per usual, overestimates his value, overestimates, his position, right? Still with the gamma mentality, still got to do the gamma theater, got to be all about me. I need the spotlight too. It's all about me. Let me go ahead and assert my authority in this manner, even though I know nothing, In fact, I lost all my people, all their money. I'm a big part of the problem as well, This guy is absolutely the worst person in crypto. One of the worst people. I'm going to say top 10 most incompetent people in all of crypto. He has to be in it. He's above, I would say he's more incompetent than crypto guru BitBoy. I think BitBoy is more capable than this guy. At least BitBoy created a brand, a business. He's on his own 2 feet, You hate him if you want to, but he's better than this guy. This guy ain't got, what do you got? This guy has no pot to poop in. That's right. I said poop in. Oh, man. Anyways, here we go.
We do to help better.
We have a process. It's called Chapter 11. We all are part of that process.
No, the heck we are not. Again, this we thing. Another brainwashing tactic. Just pay attention to these manipulative tactics, okay? He's doing all this stuff. This is amazing. I love this breakdown because everything he's doing is just something I've seen before him do in his AMAs. And now it's so clean to see. It's almost like a exam with all the same math problems being from the homework, basically. He's going to do a lot of we stuff, so pay attention to that.
You have an idea, you have a way to solve this, you need to submit a plan to the UCC. That's what you need to do. Bringing on
that's not quite the process, Alex.
Bringing on a competitor of Celsius and trying to convince people to switch over, trying to convince everybody that somehow the other house is better, while everybody's
Alex,
suffering.
You know as well as us that both Sean and us have offered up solutions. And the process is not to go to the UCC. It's to go to the investment bank.
Did you submit a plan to the UCC?
No, it's not to the UCC. It's to the investment bank that Celsius has engaged.
You need to submit a plan to the UCC, Simon. That's what you need to do.
Okay, well, that's not the process. The process is the investment bank.
Your own process. You decided to create your own process. You're trying to take the Celsius community somewhere else. You're basically telling them, guys, come take new loans.
Alex, did both Sean and I offer up all of our licenses at one stage to try and get this compliant?
This has nothing to do with any of that. Okay, this has to do with all the people on this call. Do you agree
that the regulators are a big part of whether this actually gets out of Chapter 11?
The only thing you have to do, Simon, is submit a plan. Can you submit a plan? Instead of giving all the excuses.
And you know it doesn't go to the UCC. It has to go to your investment bank.
Instead of all the excuses, just
see, he knows that. That's the thing, you know. Alex won't suggest something if it's not, you know, under his control. That's why he's telling people, stay on the platform. We're all in this together. These are part of my red flags. And by the way, if I hear we're all in this together, stay on the path. It's all part of the plan. You know, have faith in the process. How many times have I heard have faith related to rug pulls? I can't even name. It's just so juicy. The entire history of these rug pulls is just becoming more and more, more clear to me. Like where the patterns are, like where the red flags are. You know, so just be aware when you see these leaders use these buzzwords. Right, treat them like the buzzwords they are. To be a warning to stay away, you know, to be cautioned by, you know, to be a little bit more critical of. Okay,
submit a plan.
And you know what process and what I can and can't say and what documents had to be signed that is preventing me saying what's happening here.
Simon, come on. How many months did you spend in the data room at Celsius? Can you share it with everybody? Just tell everybody.
There's a document that I had to sign that doesn't allow me to answer that question.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
So he's asking Simon questions he can't answer because of legal information that he put on the table. That's definitely an Alex move. That's why you don't let the man on his platform. But it's good. This is very good. I'm glad Simon recorded this, so because it's very.
I think you already violated.
The process is
you
the
already
investment
violated
bank.
that document by disclosing certain things on calls before. So I think you're already beyond that point. Okay. So anyway, look, I'm trying to be constructive here. Okay.
Okay.
We are trying to help the Celsius community. We're trying to return the coins to everybody as fast as possible.
If you were doing that, then why'd you give your wife all that money? Why'd you give your wife all their tokens? You know dang well that was the investors' money. This guy's so good. What a scam artist. I love it. At least when he's doing it, it's just clear as day. There's very little fog at this point, you know. He may be whatchamacallit, obfuscating a lot of things, but here, it's clear as day who he is.
We all should be focused on.
Okay, and should we be focused on getting this so that regulators allow this to come out?
You keep coming up with every excuse possible to talk about everything else besides what I just said.
You know that's the issue, Alex. You know that's the issue. You're just trying to avoid that.
Can I ask a question to Alex? It's an important question for everyone.
I think he's left.
So very simple.
Look, to be fair, sorry, Pansy. To be fair, I want to be fair. Alex literally just came up against all of his lawyers' advice because this meant so much to him to say and it's very, very challenging for anybody to have to listen to this without you getting your say. Okay, so he dropped off not because he didn't want to, because Alex would, stand up to anybody. That's certainly something he would do. But he left because he had to. And so I just want to be fair, because we could say a bunch of stuff right now. And he is in a very difficult situation where he's not able to respond, which is very unfair, but it's the situation we're in. The regulatory issue is the issue. Any
comment,
plan has
no
to get
comment.
signed off by regulators, and we are following the process, and the process that we were just told to follow is not the process.
All right, so I learned a lot here today. I hope you did too. This was very educational. Let me get back to the main screen. Hold on one second. Let me get to the main screen. 1, 2. Let me get downstairs here for 1 second. Oh, there we go. I'll tell you right now, man. This is I don't know. I don't know how I feel about. I don't know how I feel about the whole the whole people getting behind Simon as far as like as a new leader. Like I've talked about it yesterday where I criticized like people having like a messiah complex. You know, they really want to follow a leader, which kind of shows you not to say that their IQ is low or anything like that, but it does put into question their judgment. Their ability to make good judgments is very poor. To me, just seems that way, right? Let me take this down before I might be getting too loud because I can't tell. So, I hope you learned a lot. I definitely did. The manipulative tactics are now more clear to me, right? What kind of leader Alex is, what kind of cult leader, I mean, is a lot more clear to me because I think there's like different types. There's different subtypes, different classes, right? Of cult leader. I mean, you have the Tiger King cult leader. That was one type of guy. You know, you have what was that one guy? You know, Onision. That was another YouTuber who was a cult leader, basically. So you gotta keep in mind that there's like different types, and this guy was he's definitely a type of con man / cult leader type dude. You gotta be careful. There's a lot of those in crypto. You just gotta be on the lookout for that. You just gotta be aware. Oh, and speaking of which, I just saw this in the news, but I don't know if I should comment on it now or if I should just do it. I'll do a different video. I'll do a different video. That's a little primer for the future, okay? That's the I'm gonna just leave it at that. You'll see it in a couple of days. You'll see a new video. That's because that put a smile on my face. But anyways, thanks so much for watching. Appreciate your time. God bless you. I'll see you next time. Okay, take it easy and don't fall for these leaders, man. If it's over, be confident and take your money and get out of there.